Good afternoon and a warm welcome to all present here for attending the workshop on email etiquettes and marketing organized by Didi Saksham. I'm Rajesh and I'm glad that I'll be the host for today's session talking about our organization. Didi Saksham is an initiative of SEMS Group which has developed content for over 300 courses in multiple languages which range from 4 hours to 6 months in various sectors of IT, SFI, retail, and entrepreneurship for all age groups from school children, youth, professionals, and senior citizens. Digi Saksham has also conducted more than 100 webinars, 10 FDPs and workshops, 6 international conferences, and much more. Digi Saksham impacted more than 15,000 lives through various webinars, conferences, workshops, and seminars across the globe. Talking about the topic email etiquette and marketing, the point of email etiquette is that it helps streamline communication, make your requests and information clear and concise, but even sends enough information to your recipient that they can understand the message, what it indicates. Marketing through email is considered one of the most efficient marketing technique and implemented by many of the top companies. For today's workshop, we have a special guest, Mr. Atul Garg. He is a technically sophisticated and business savvy senior management professional with more than 8 years of experience in the delivery of program management, quality management, service transition management, proposal or contract management, change management activities, key account management, skill development, entrepreneurship, business development, operations, and project management areas. He has extensive experience managing a broad range of team-related activities, including operations, government projects, marketing and sales, and project management. Prior joining SEMS Group, he worked for SEMS Group, ICFE, and KDP MGI, among other companies. He has conducted numerous awareness campaigns and workshops in the fields of digital marketing, financial and digital literacy, and entrepreneurship development across a variety of industries and universities. He is a Government of India certified trainer in the field of entrepreneurship. On behalf of Digi Saksham, I welcome you, sir. It's glad to have you here with us.
Thank you, Rajesh. Thanks for this wonderful introduction. And on the behalf of SEMS, on the behalf of learning experience, I welcome all of you. Starting with the email etiquettes. As you have seen the name of netiquettes also. So email etiquettes is also called in the professional word netiquettes. So why it is called netiquettes? It's a network or etiquettes. It having two words, that is called a network and etiquettes. That's why we call it as a netiquettes also. So whether we can use a name of email etiquettes as well as the netiquettes. So today agenda for the session is first, what is email? What is email message? Advantage and disadvantage of emails. What are the email etiquettes? Why it is important? Elements of email. What are the 23 important rules for the corporate writing? And then basics of email marketing and some additional setting with Gmail. For this session, I'm going to use a Gmail as a base for email marketing. So I presume that everybody is very much familiar with the Gmail. That's why I have picked up the Gmail platform. Otherwise, there's a different platforms like Outlook. First, what is email? So email is a service, be it Gmail or any other service, which allows us to send the message electronic mode over the internet. It offers an efficient, inexpensive, and real-time means of disturbing information among the people. So important are three words, that is efficient, inexpensive, and real-time. So name is not as an email address. So generally, email address is username @ domain name. For example, my name is contact Atul Garg is my username, @gmail.com is my domain name. We would be talking about advantages and disadvantages We have a lot of advantages, like it's a reliable, it's a convenient, it's a speed, it's a inexpensive, it's a printable, it's a global, and it's a generality. So these advantages mean it's a reliable and convenience because anytime we can send the mail, not an issue. It's a reliable because the mail is sent to the very respective person. It is not going to the unauthorized persons. It is speed. It's very fast to convey. Inexpensive. Yeah, it's a most cheapest mode of communication. It, it can be printed. It can be global. It can be reached to global audience. What are the disadvantages? Every technology has advantages as well as disadvantages. So what are the disadvantages? It's a forgery. So for example, there's a bank forgery. We can't access the where, from where the mails are coming. Sometimes there's a lot of offers into the mails. So there's a chances of forgery are there. There's a overload. Maybe a lot of spamming is coming in your mailbox. So there's a overload of mails in your mailbox. That is overload. Misdirectional, yes. There's like a lot of hackers are there, a lot of people are there who are like doing a misdirectional emails. A lot of junk or spam mails are there, and maybe a no response mails, because sometimes it is a no response mails used to be coming. So we can't reply to the person on those mails. So this is some of the disadvantages of emails. What is email etiquettes? It is actually a code of conduct. It's an email manners which we used to follow. It's a code of conduct which has to be followed while in the communication. There's a manners for telephone etiquettes. There's a manner for talking etiquettes, presentation etiquettes. So this is also a email etiquettes. Right, right, very nice. So it refers to the principles of behavior that individuals should use when writing or answering the emails. Okay, why email etiquettes is important? Why it is important? So emails are the most common form of communication. So as in normal communication, we also have a etiquettes to maintain. So that's also should be in the written communication. And second, most important thing, emails in today's scenario, emails has become a legal bindings also. So now it becomes our responsibility to be very etiquette and to be very choosy about our words, what we are writing in the emails, because these are the legal framework also. Email message components. So whenever we are writing an email, we used to see from, date, to, subject, CC. So these are the some things which you used to see. We generally don't see date when we are writing on Gmail. We see from, to, subject, and CC, BCC. So this is called an email header. Then greetings. Whenever we are writing any mail, so start with the greetings. Hi, hello, dear sir, dear madam, greetings of the day. So this is the way you start your message. Then it comes a text of the message or a body of the message. And then last, the signature is basically your name, your closing remark, you can say, with close the email. So this is the email components which we are going to discuss in detail in further PPT. There's some example of bad email or good email. Two is the place to whom we have to send the mail. Individual or the email ID for which we have to send the mail, for which the mail has been drafted. There is also called CC and BCC. CC is called a carbon copy. Carbon copy means, for example, I am writing a mail to my senior or to my colleague. Okay, I'm writing a mail to my colleague, and that mail is, I would be putting the mail ID of my colleague in the two, but definitely I want my boss or my mentor to be noted about it, or I have done the work. So I would be putting a carbon copy. I would be putting the person of my mentor or boss into the CC. So that's why the CC roles come in between. So it's a carbon copy. You want the person whosoever mentioned in CC, they need not to reply back, but again, the person who are mentioned in CC, they should be informed about the mail. So this is the reason of mentioning into CC. Then comes a BCC. If sender wants, I don't want to display whom I am sending the mail. I want to keep it secret. I want to keep it. Uh, I don't want to open the identity of everybody in the mail. So I would be using a BCC format. For example, we are doing a mass mailing, or for example, there is some lot of events are going on, or some events mails has to be gone. So every email of lot of persons, if there's a 50 emails, then it would be going in BCC, because the BCC emails can't be seen by other person. Only the sender can see it. So that is the reason it is called a blind carbon copy. We don't know whom are receiving the mails also. Subject. It is very important. The subject line should be short, simple, clear with your as per the mail format, what the mail is intended for. And last not the least, that is the body of the email, that is including with the greetings. It must be having the text of the mail, and then it should be a closing with your signatures. So BCC is a blind copy carbon. So carbon copy recipients are visible to everybody, but BCC persons are not visible to everybody. They are only visible to the center, as I already mentioned. It should be if BCC is always used when center don't want to give the list of all the recipients. There's a long list of recipients, then only BCC would be used. CC, if I want to inform somebody regarding my work, regarding my mail, then I would be using a CC. That is a carbon copy. So now we would be talking about subject line. So subject line is very important whether your mail is opened or not opened, because subject line, whenever mail are coming in your mailbox, so we are not able to see the complete mail. We will be able to see the subject line only. So how innovative, how rightly subject line is written, then all it would be opened, else it will not be opened. What is the purpose of subject line? So we should be mentioned purpose, basically all the purpose of the mail to the subject line also. Subject line is basically a title. Whenever you are writing any article, you give a title. So title, by seeing the title, you're able to understand what is going to be in this article. So that's why we used to say the subject line is the title for this email. Basically, subject line work as a gatekeeper, whether the person is going to open the mail or not going to open the mail. So the very important thing is putting a more emphasis, more thinking, more ideas to writing a subject line also. So how important is subject line is basically because that is the only place by seeing the person will be opening the mail or whether not opening the mail. So I'm going to share some of the examples of subject line in different scenarios. So for example, job application. Sally Brown, marketing associate candidate. Simple. The name of the person or for which profile I'm applying for. Or if somebody has referred by XYZ person for human resource assistant. So these are some examples of subject line. These are very straightforward. This is not like very creative, or it is not like that. But again, it should be very clear, simple, short. Interview follow-ups. Sally Brown following up of marketing associate position. Marketing associate interview follow-up. Very simple. Interview, thank you. Thank you for the interview. That is simple. Introduction, an introduction of so-and-so person. Meeting invitation, management consultant, timing, that's it. Request for feedback, feedback request by whatever the name of the person. Regarding information, some information is required, inquiring about so-and-so thing. These are some simple, short examples of subject line. Now we are starting the body part, the body of the email. So the body of the emails contains starting with the greetings. So whenever I'm mentioning a greetings, it's always formal. Use dear plus recipient title. For example, my name is Atul Garg. So I would be writing email to the Atul. So dear Mr. Either Atul Garg, either I would be writing dear Mr. Atul Garg. or dear Mr. Girl. That is a formal way of writing a mail also. Very important. That is tone. Whenever you're writing an email, it should not be offended by somebody else. It should not be offended by the person. The tone should be very polite and positive. Avoid, for example, when I complete the assignment. So this is the one way of writing versus if I complete the assignment. So you guys can understand the tone difference. When or if is very important. Like when I complete the assignment, it is like I'm arrogant. I'm saying whenever I complete the assignment, I will give you. That's it. Or versus if I'm saying if I complete the assignment, I will be giving you. So I'm saying, okay, it's from my end lacking. I'm just doing it. Whenever it is done, I will be sharing with you. So there is a positive tone difference. Avoid using negative words like the words begin with un, non, ex, or end with the less. For example, emotionless, uh, unrequired, non-existing. So these type of words should not be used in the email because these is called a negative words. Always try to use the words like please, thank you for your email, thanks for writing us. These are the some words which makes your email very effective and very good to going also. And for example, hope it helps. I'm looking for an answer from your end. So these are the some tones how you are giving the emails. Okay, some examples of tone I'm just giving you. So for example, somebody is asking, what's the problem? So better option is everything okay or I can help you. Okay, please help me. Would you mind helping me this with this? I want to cancel my appointment. Could I please cancel my appointment? I want to know more. Could you please tell me how? I want to reschedule. If possible to reschedule, cancel my appointment. Would it be possible to cancel my appointment? I have some problem there. I'm having some difficulty. I want to know why. I was wondering. I want to make a appointment with you. Do you have time to meet with me sometime this week? Could you explain it to me? I'm not sure. Understood, Mr. Ax. Could you meet to discuss it further? So what we are doing right now, I'm asking a person in the passive sentence, not in the active sentence. So try to write, whenever you're writing a mail, try to write in the passive sentence, then your mail is becoming more effective, more user-friendly, more positive mails should be going on. Okay, now comes the content part. So just, as I already mentioned, always reread your emails before sending. Double check the spelling, grammars, proper titles, etc. Consider your content or what you are following. You follow up is needed. You have to be multiple questions. Your email is running long, so revise the email. Double check your attachments because attachments are the one which are okay. So attachments are the one which are going to be either in PDF, RTF, or JPEG or Word file. So you should be always remember ki you should not attach some file which is not available with the uh, receiver end also. The format should be very common. Next is the format. So special characters like images, fonts should not be there because sometimes that would appear a little bit awkward to the no receiver end. Use proper structure, layout should be there. Short paragraphs with proper spacing. If you are writing an email and there should be some number tricks should be there. Pointing, always try to, if there's a long mail, there's a lot of points to be discussed, make the pointers also. Rather than writing a long sentence, always try to keep it small sentences, small sentences. Beat me pointers. That would be very nice. Abbreviation, emotions should be leave out whenever you are writing an email, because emotions would not be understood by the receivers. So attachments is always named properly, because for example, this is a class project, so the class project proposal dot would be there in the attachment. The name of the file should be gone very correctly. It should not be untitled one, new sheet one. It should not be like this. It should be properly named what you are sending into the attachment. If your name of the file is something untitled one, or name one, sheet one, sometimes email provider consider them as a spam also. So that's the one more reason of spamming also. So if it is your proper name with your title, whatever you are putting a subject, basically it is aligned with that, so then good to go. Never okay. RTF format or PDF formats only considered to be sent. Other than that, because these are standard formats, other than that, generally sometimes considered by the email spamming also. Okay, there is always saying what's in the name, but in the email we say everything it is in the mail. So whenever you are making your email IDs, so email ID should be very professional, formal way. For example, I'm showing you an email ID. This is the email ID, hotgirl14@gmail.com. It's not appropriate because this is not a professional one. The professional way of making mail ID, that is first initial and last name. For example, jwhite2000@yahoo.com. This looks a professional one. Or for example, my mail ID is contact atulgar@gmail.com. So this is a professional one. Now comes the closing part of the body or text. First of all, very important choice of words. Use sincerely, regards, something like this whenever you're closing it. Punctuation in closing, use comma. Sincerely, regards के बाद you put a comma also. That is very important. That is called a signature block, because in that you will be writing a signature. Your name basically as a signature. If your phone number is there, you can put a phone number. Never put your personal information, like your home address, your no anything personal. You should not put it over there. But yeah, phone number you can put it if you want to. Else you can put it your name. Else you put it your LinkedIn profile. So whatever you are putting, you can make your signatures accordingly. So this is the way. So next, coming to the replying of email. So we have understand what are the elements of the email. So we have covered that till far. Now we would be talking about how to reply a email also. There's a two ways of replying. First way, I would be replying to the mail, the same mail ID or the same mail which has been sent by the person. I would be using that mail only, and so maintaining the thread. So what I will be doing, the mail is came to me, I would be going there and reply, simply reply. That's it. And then I would be writing my email. I'm not changing the subject. I'm not changing anything. I would be writing an email and sending back to the person. That is one way of replying. Or the second way is creating a new message. I would be creating a new message, writing a subject line over there, addressing a new topic, and making up a mail. So this is the two ways of replying. So there would be, in every email, there would be two type of reply button also. One is simply reply and reply to all. These are two type of buttons are generally seen in every mail. So simply reply means whosoever the person in the two will get the reply from your end. But if you put a reply all the persons, whether they are into they are in two or in CC, all the person will get a reply from your mail. Am I clear? Am I clear till here? Okay. Okay. Next, coming the forwarding of mail. So never try to do a direct forwarding of email, because what are the disadvantage? Because every mail is very private to you. So ideally, you are what you are doing. You are violating a policy. You are violating a rules. Second, it may be possible there are too many addresses in the emails. So all email addresses would be going to the person also, that is also cluttering their email box. Okay. So there's a two options in case you have to forward the email still, to forward the message after deleting the list of addresses or the emails which are mentioned in the email box, and copy the information, paste in the new window and the new mail and send the person. This is the ideal way of sending or forwarding of emails. Further, and this is very important, that is called 23 rules for corporate email etiquettes. This is a very important. So if you follow these 23 principles, I would say you will not miss anything in the email etiquette. We would be discussing one by one. First one is answer swiftly. What does it mean? There is unsaid saying of a replying of email, that is within 24 hours you should reply a email. There is a time limit, that is unsaid email etiquettes. Within 24 hours you should always reply the email. If the email is from your colleague, your teammate, then it should be replied within 12 hours. If the email is from outsider, then it can be replied within 24 hours. If the email is from your boss or somebody senior to you, then email should be replied within 6 to 12 hours again. So these timelines should be followed whenever you are doing an email writing or email sending or email replying. Very important, which I have already discussed, that is subject line should be very meaningful. The subject line should be short, very clear what you are going to be done. So it should be very clear. Reply to all. Okay. For example, the person who has sent you the mail regarding a work, and you have completed a work also. And there's a lot of persons into the CC of that mail. So you should never reply to all. What you have to do, you have to reply and ask a person like, okay, I have already done it, and I don't think he should be mark me for not doing it in with all the persons. So you should not abuse, or you should not use multiply for the reply to all option. BCC option should be used properly whenever required for mass mailing. Whenever there's a list of more than 50 persons in the list whom the mail has to be sent, so you can use the BCC person. Don't leave out the message thread. So whenever we are replying to the emails, so try to be replying on the same message thread, so that the person would be able to understand what the scenario is, what the you are talking about. Everything would be clear to the person also. Second, read and reread your email before you send it. That is very important, as I already mentioned it. Confidential information. So emails generally has a lot of confidential information. So always try to keep it as a confidential also. Abbreviation and emotions. Please don't use the abbreviation, lot of abbreviation and emotions, because the receiver will not able to understand it properly. Don't attach an unnecessary file if it is not required. Don't do the attachment in the emails, because if you do a lot of attachments, the email provider will consider them as a spam too. Don't forward the junk emails, because uh, these junk emails will also hamper your email box, as well as the hampering the receiver's email box. Be concise, the simple, short, and concise in your messaging, in your email writing. All the questions, answer all the questions, and make it very crisp in answering also. Make it personal means whenever you are putting a greetings. So always try to put up name of the person for him you want to write a mail. So it becomes a more personal to the person who is going to get a mail. Okay. Use proper structure and layout. So as I already mentioned, the layout of the email, you should always use a proper structure and email format. Next, don't overuse the high priority function. Okay. So for example, there's always a option for setting a priority in the email. So you can put high priority, low priority, medium priority. So don't use multiple times, even though it is not priority, you are putting a high priority email. So that is also annoying to the person. So it is like and every time it is not coming up, right? Don't write in capital letters. Always use proper sentence. The proper sentence means first letter is capital, rest is smaller. So always use that type of thing. Don't, everything should not be written in capital. That is also annoying in formal emails. Be careful with the formatting. Formatting should be proper. The size of the font should be proper. The bold size, underline, everything should be proper. Do not request delivery and read discipline. A lot of emails you receive and they request for the whether it's delivered or read by the person. So there's a message goes back to the sender also. So the sender will receive a delivery message. The sender will see the person had read the message or not. So don't request for it because this is not accepted in the formal communication. Do not recall a message. So we generally send a lot of reminder mails, even though 24 hours is not completed. So don't do that uh, again and again. Do not copy a message or attachment without a permission. If a mail is not coming to you, you are in CC or BCC. So on there's some attachment. So if you think this is something confidential, don't use that attachment without the permission of the person. Avoid long sentences. The sentences should be short, crisp, simple. Keep your language should be gender neutral. It should not be biased with any gender. It should not be looking for the person only. Like the person is, I'm very much focusing on the gender biasness. So it should not be there. And again, last not the least, never ever reply for the spam. If it is a spam mail, just mark a spam and just put it back. So never ever reply to the spam. So these are the some 23 principles which we have to regularly practice and use while we are making our email etiquette for the corporates. This is very essential. This is very useful. This is very journal. Okay. For example, this is an email. How do you see it? The person is writing an email. Okay, I can't find the assignment you gave in the class. Can you send me a new copy that? So it is very informal. It's not right way of writing an email because this is something you are not respecting a person because the person is your professor, the person is your guide, mentor, anybody. So what is the correct way of writing it? The same mail. Now you see the subject line. The subject line comes, the person has written his name, then assignment, the reason why we are writing this mail, or also the timing also. So it is the subject line which itself for making understandable why you have to writing this mail. Then, as I mentioned, we start with the greetings. So greetings, dear professor, whatever the name of the professor, and then the body of the email, that is my name is so and so, I want to be having class assignment. I have a couple of questions about the same topic. May I come by during our office hours to discuss these? Another time would be better, let me know if I reschedule. So it is a very polite mail. And then the closing, that is with your name. This is called a signature. So guys, in this video we are talking about one of the email writing for the vacation. So just have a look to it first. Okay. So what you're able to understand. So in this email, there were two, 3 points. So the person was writing an email for vacation to the supervisor, and the person was also mentioning whether if anything urgent, I would be available on this number and I would be available to reach out on these places. In fact, emphasizing on the important part that was covered in the email. They have bolded in the different, or you can underline it in different scenarios, so that whenever the email is going to the person or respective person, the person can see it and the person can revert it back. Also, the person can see the important information also. So that is the idea of it. So again, one more video of email writing I will be showing you guys, so that would be also helpful to you. So there's one email example for the workplace related emails also. So please have a look to it also. I would be coming for some of the exercise here with you guys. So we have talked a lot about the email etiquettes. Let me understand whether how much you have understood it. So this first thing, okay, this is the first sentence which has somebody has written in the email. So I want to ask, it's a formal, it's an informal. What do you think? If it is informal, what should be the correct sentence? So this is correct. Informal, it should be to whom it may concern. So it should be hi, Mr. XYZ or Miss XYZ or Professor XYZ. So whatever the salutation should be there, right? Okay, next. What do you think? It is formal or informal? Correct. So it is formal. Very correct. Okay, once more, again. So it is formal or informal? Okay. So we have a mixed responses for it, but it is a formal. Why it is formal? Because the person is talking about very politely. I hope all is well with you. The person is talking. For example, I'm talking to my friend. He has switched into the new company, and I want to ask in the email. I hope all is well with your new career choices. Simple. So it is perfectly formal. Okay. Let's have some more questions. Okay, it's of informal and formal. So it is informal. So correct should be I should not have changed it, right? Okay. So next, once again. So guys, it's a formal or informal. It's an informal, and the correct sentence should be I apologize, but I'm unable to help you with your problem because it is extremely difficult. Right. Once more. Okay, it's again informal since we have not mentioned the person name over here. So, dear Mr. So and so, how are you? That's it. Very wonderful, very wonderful. Okay,
Yes, sir, visible.
okay, great. So again, I'm going to give you a email that is written by somebody else. So you have to correct it and send the correct one in the chat box. So the mail is hello, Professor Smith. I'm sorry to tell, but I'm sick and will not be able to come to the class. See ya Wednesday, Jason. So, for example, there is a person called Jason who had felt sick, and the person want to write an email to the Professor Smith. So, I want each one of you to take some time and write a proper email in the chat box. Complete email. That is dear Professor Smith, correct? And most of you have already covered it. So there may be a different way of writing email, formal also. So I have used one of the way. This is not the way. This is would be only way. All of you have who have written it. All of you are correct. But again, I'm sorry to inform you, but I will not be able to attend classes today because I am ill or sick. Would it be possible for you to let me know what I have missed? Thank you for your help. I will be seeing you in the class on Wednesday. And then, sincerely, as I told you, and again, very important comma, sincerely, comma, then your name. That's it. Yeah. So that's a correct answer or the correct way of writing it. So again, once more, I think we can have one more question then. Okay. So the person want to basically read online that you are selling a business card. I was wondering how much if I can want for 500 is color and a logo extra. Can I see example before all shipped? Will what would be the costing? So this is the idea of email. So how would we writing an email for that person? So can we have some sample of it? Or do you think it is already informal way? Okay. So moving towards the answer, should I wait or should I move to the answer? Okay. So again, the salutation which dear Sally was written over there. So we don't have a Mr. or Miss over here. So again, it should be theirs. So I have kept it as a last name. So you can have a full name also. That's also perfect. So this is an example of it. I was searching online for a company that makes a business card. Before first, we are introducing about the company, see what we are looking for. So I came across about your website and extremely impressed. However, I do a little few questions. Now the questions can be put in the pointers also. The questions can be put in directly also in the mail body also. If I were to order only 500 instead of advertisement of 1,000 business cards, as Dr. Shanti also mentioned, the business card should be there, right? How much would it that cost? That is first question. Furthermore, I would like my business card be colored and also include the logo of my company. Are those requests is possible? And if so, how much extra will be paid? Due to my request for color and logo, I would like to preview the card before receiving all 500. Is that feasible? I appreciate your answer or assistance and looking forward to hear from you. That's it. And last, the closing, sincerely, whatever your need, who you are, because now it's a professional or business email. So there should be some designation in your organization. The phone number should be there. Yeah. Okay, great. So should we take one more question? I think we can. Okay. So now the person is basically looking for a job in the company, and a lot of person are looking for it and writing these type of mails. Who has graduated from XYZ college and looking for a job in some company. So how they have writing a email. So this is some mail has been written by XYZ person. So what should be the right way of writing it? The mail is going to be writing for the hiring team or the HR team. So definitely we are writing a hiring manager or HR manager. If I would be knowing the company, so I can search for the company name. If I would be from the job description, if the person name is there, so I should always mention the person name over there. So this is all called a salutation. Then your name, your introduction, obviously, that's correct by the Dr. Shanti. Also, the college name is also should be in proper sentence. So right. So I recently graduated in May from when you have graduated from this college and Bachelor in Science, in which course you have done it and which field you are from. So I connected to the concerning job opportunity from my advisor. If somebody has came to know you through somebody else or from LinkedIn, also from some job portal also, so you should mention over there. So then it's about your end, why they should looking for you, why they should hiring for you, and then the closing, and finally you would be mentioning here I am giving my the phone number or contacted email is by default going over there. So this is your closing remark. Okay. So now moving further, I would be now discussing about the email score, because that is the most important and most required thing. So whenever you are writing any email, you should always check a email score. So what you have to do, just go to the Google, search for email score. There are a lot of things with a lot of sites where you can check the email scores, and you can choose any one of it. Not an issue. You can choose one or two of it. That is also fine. For example, I have click on first mail. This is the website mailtester.com. So they are asking me to send the email on this mail ID. Okay. Whatever I have to do, just copy the mail ID. Coming back to my email, I would be composing an email. I'm just putting a mail ID in the to subject. Okay, great. So for example, it's my mail which I want to send to the person, and with the team, we want to have some meeting. So this is very clear. Text is very clear. Tool Garg. Okay, so I have sent it. Sent. The mail has been sent. I just check the scope. Okay, so you guys can see my mail has got 9 score out of 10. This is very pretty good score. What was the error they have told me? So they have said, okay, so there was I have been blacklisted. My mail ID was blacklisted in two of providers. So that is the reason my score has been gone down. It was blacklisted last 48 hours and in 28 days again. And there was no broken link. That was perfect. There was properly authenticated. Very good. Spam association also is not there. So there is no robot of email provider is making me spammer right now. So this is also nice. And this is just a HTML version or a email version of mine, which I have sent. You guys can check all the email also, which I have sent actually here also. Okay. So you guys can check your email score just by clicking on the site, and definitely 9 score is very good. 8 and 8 plus score is good to go. You can definitely send the mails. Your mails will not go to the spam. Your mails go to the properly things. So we are done with the email scoring. Now there's some more additional things which are involved in the email thing, which we would be covering. One person asked how to make a signature basically while sending the emails. So here's an option for all settings. See all settings in your Gmail. I'm talking about Gmail. Why Gmail is basically used in all the platforms acrossly. That's the reason I'm using a Gmail. Apart from that, all settings in the settings section, you will get a lot of setting options. So in Gmail, you can see here in journal setting only. Okay, this is the option for the signature. So I have not created any signature. For example, I want to create the new signature. Short sign. Create. I just want to create best regards. Atul. This is my number. And I just want to bold it. Serif is good to go. Font is good to go. Okay. So I have created it as a signature, and I'm also making that like for every new email use, I would be putting short signature, or for any reply or forward use also, I'm putting a short signature. Okay, and I want a quoted line before it proceed. Yes, that is also correct. Okay, now coming back to my Gmail. Okay, before I move, I have to save this all the changes. Saving it. Now it's saved. Okay. So if I come here, you can see as I put it on compose by default, my signature has been there, right? Okay. For example, I have written a mail. Okay. Now what the scenario it is, I don't want to send the mail right now, but I want to save this template. For example, this template is very, very important to me. I want to save this template and I want to reuse it. So how I can do it? Again, I would be going back to the settings. See all settings. Okay. So in this all settings, you would be looking at advanced tab. Go here. There is an option called a template. Turn the frequent message of template on. So I would be enabling it. Save changes. Okay, now I'm good to go. I would be coming back to my email. For example, this is the email. For example, the SEMS, as SEMS has invited, or Akshara or Vandana has invited me. There's a lot of person who used to invite me, and I want to say thanks to them. And this is the same thanking template. I want to save it. So what I have to do, just I have made this template. I would be putting here, going there, and I would be there's the option called templates is now open for me. I would be save draft as a template. It's a new template. I'm good. Thanks mail save. So now it's closed. For example, I'm again writing an email. I can go to the template. I can see the template already. So I would be just insert template. So what will happen? The template would be open already. You can see that. So I can save a lot of templates over there. I can change the templates. For example, now I want I don't want to put a name. I just want to put a bracket and name. And just want to update it. Save. Thanks mail. Okay, now close. Simply. So we have covered how to make a digital signature, how to make a templates also. Also, that is one more thing you guys must be seeing. It's an email viewing panel also. For example, I would be putting any email. I can see the panel also, and I can make this panel shorter, longer, how whatever the way I want to keep it. As we have this panel in Outlook, we have this panel in Gmail also. How to open and close this panel? In your mailbox, you would be seeing this option. This is called a toggle. Toggle split pen mode. If I will be closing it, there is no panel. But if I will be clicking it, it is a panel over there. So this is one again interesting thing to do. Now, next thing is the labeling. How to make a labeling of the mails. For example, there is a 3 mails. I want to put it into different labels. So I would be putting into the labels. For example, I have already made some labels. You can see that is important, FDAPs, job descriptions, login, scenes work. For example, these are the labels which I have already made. So you can make a new label also. You can make a you can send the mails to the old labels also. Creating a new label, you can put on create new or manage labels. You can click here. You can show all the labels which you have made, and you can change the label. You can hide them. You can remove them. For example, these labels has been made by me. Important, FDP, job description, login, seems work. And if I click on these labels, what is the benefit of label? Whenever you are going label, you will be looking those mails only which are very required for as per the label. For example, in FDPs, I am putting the FDP mails for Seams work. For example, I have came to the Seams work label. So this is the papers or copyright form or lot of things are there. For example, login. So maybe login information or maybe login important things are over there, right? So for example, job discussion is there. So this is again related to job opportunity or job things. So this is how you guys can make a labels, because labeling will make your mailbox little bit easier to use and make your life easy also. For example, there is a lot of emails coming regularly in your mailbox, and sometimes it happens you have seen there's a very important mail which has been came to your mailbox, but unfortunately you missed out to reply for it because you forgot on next day after 2 days for replying it. So there is one feature called snoozing. This is the snoozing option with every mail is there. Just whenever you are clicking on here, for example, I want this mail to be coming after some time. So how I can show it, I would be showing you by example. For example, this is a mail and I'm sending to myself only. Okay. So I have sent this mail and this mail is very important, which I have to respond. But unfortunately, I don't have time right now to write the mail. I don't have time to focus on the mail right now. So what I can do, I can snooze the mail. So I would be putting on snoozing button. It will be asking when you have a time to reply for it. Okay, I would be saying here I have a time on, I would be picking a date or time. For example, today is 31st. I would be putting 31st only. For example, I want to reply it for 5 p.m. Okay. So the mail has been disappeared from my mailbox right now. It has not been shown to my mailbox right now. But after 4 minutes, it would be again reappear on my mailbox. Once it would be reappear on my mailbox, then I would be able to answer for the mail. Okay. So this is the benefit of snoozing, or in fact, I can go to the snooze and directly I can see here the mail also, which has been given a different time zone, right? Once the time of 4, 5 would be there, it would be automatically appear to the inbox. Great. That is scheduling of email meetings. So for that, what you have to do it, simply go to calendar. This is calendar.google.com. Simply go there. So it would be looking like this. So because it is a weekly view, I would request to go to the monthly view rather than a weekly view. Okay. Once you go to the monthly view, you can see here, there is like a option available, lot of options available. Okay. For example, I want to schedule a meeting on January, not January 31st. For example, I want to schedule a meeting on January 31st. So just click on January. I would be putting a title, meeting. I want to add a time for 4 p.m. 4 to 5 p.m. That is good to go. Okay, I can add a guest. For example, I'm adding a guest info@seamsindia.com. I would be adding a email ID. Also seams.akshita@gmail.com. I would be adding an email ID of sems.vandana@gmail.com. Okay. For example, this is the IDs I have added. Or if even though if you don't add it, no worries. And guest permission I can modify, whether they can modify event, they can invite others, they can see guest list. So I would be putting they can invite others, they can see the guest list. Yes. At location is basically online, so I would be putting online. Or it's not mandatory, but I would be putting for example, reception is organizing this event, so I'm putting reception. any description for the email or for the meeting, I can put the description. If there is any attachment has to be gone for all the participants before they join the meeting, the attachment can be added. Or there is an option called more options are there. So I can also add some more options over here. You can see that description, the permission of guest, right? And I would be saving it. Would you like to send invitation to the email calendar guest? Yes, I want to send the invitation. Now it has been closed, right? The meeting has been scheduled already. You can see that. I can just simply copy the link also. The link copies, link is always copied from here easily. That's not a tough job. And as I have sent to the info at SEMS India, so I can see mails also from, yeah. So you guys can see I have received a mail for the invite of meeting. So this is the email which I have received from contact Atul, and that is basically inviting me for the email, which is going to be this email, everything. I can directly join from the link, right? So I hope I'm clear with how to make a meeting link with the Gmail. Is it clear with you guys? Okay, great. So now moving further, now would be, okay, I have deleted the meeting right now. Okay, so now moving further. So we have checked with the email signature, we are done with the labeling, we are done with the templates, we are done with the Google meeting schedule. Okay. Also, there is one more option which is very useful, which I want to let you know, guys. That is, okay. If you are going on vacation, if you are not using your email, so there is an automatic reply option also with the email. So this is called an automatic reply, when you can send a vacation responder on also. So for example, I am going on leave from 1st Feb or 2nd Feb. I would be not be available on 1st or 2nd Feb. So I would be putting this message, subject line, vacation leave. Hi, thanks for writing email, but I am unavailable on oh, I'm available till 2nd Feb 2022. I would be replying back as soon as possible. Thanks, Atul. Okay, for example, this is a save. So what happens ki, in any scenario, I would be getting a emails on 1st or 2nd Feb. They will be automatically sent a mail from the Gmail side. I'm on leave. I would be coming back or rejoining. So I would be responding their mails. So at least these person would be aware ki, like why mail has not been responded also. So this auto reply is very useful in that scenario for vacation thing and for leave thing. Apart from that, you have a lot of personalized features with the uh, with Gmail actually. So these personalized features are like, for example, uh, you can put a lot of themes over there. So you can set a theme to make your mailbox little bit more interesting. These are the themes. You can put it. or you can customize your photo also. You can put your own photographs also. So little bit, your workplace will look little bit much better, much elegant to work. Okay, so email marketing. So a lot of people actually confuse email marketing with the spamming of email. Email marketing is just making a bulk emailing. It is not that neat. Email marketing is not that much. Just you have purchased some data or something from somebody else, and you are just over flooded with the mails. It is not the email marketing process. So what email marketing process defines? First of all, is defining your audience. Audience means, yeah, their character, their behavior, their gender, their locations, their geography. Everything has to be defined for your email marketing process. That is first and foremost thing. Next is your goals and matrices. If I would be talking about goals, so always keep your goals in the quantitative measures. It should be numeric terms. So your goal should be, for example, I want to set up a email marketing for 500 registration for my XYZ event. So that is my target. So 500 is the number. So this is the goals which you have set up for the email marketing. Then find way for people to sign up. There should be a sign up form in the mails where the people can click and give their information. Then only you will be able to get the correct emails and able to get a correct person. You will not also get a spamming also when you use a correct sign up form also. Then figure it out which type of campaign you want to run. It is a more of informative campaign. It is going to be more of uh, registration campaign, which type of campaign you want to mention, then decide a campaign type. Okay, I request please mute yourself. If you have any doubt, we will be giving a chance to ask. Sorry. So then once the email campaign is ready, it is done. Now I can start firing. I will be sending emails. And once emails are sent, I would be measuring the result. So what I would be measuring the result, it is same what I have thought for. My goal was, for example, my goal was 100 registration. Whether I have achieved the 100 registration or not, that is my measurement of results. So this is a process of email marketing. This is not just a small process. This is a big process. It takes time if you want to take a benefit of email marketing. Next, some numbers I want to show to you. So these are the some of the subject lines, how subject lines are going to affect your opening rates of your emails. For example, you can see the person is sending the company name, sales and marketing newsletter. The person is sending newsletter to all of them for creating awareness. So I'm putting the company name and sales and marketing newsletter. Very clear. Subject line is very clear. There's a 60 to 87% chances that your mails would be opened. Otherwise, mails will not be open. For example, this type of give a gift certificate this holiday. There's very less chances of opening these type of, because these mails are considered as a spamming. Again, company name, pioneer in banana technology. Again, it looks like a spamming one, right? So these are the some of the example of spamming email subject lines. So you have to avoid these type of things also. Next, okay. So this is some ratio which I want to let you know. So if we untargeted just a email bombarding we do, so there is a 20% open rate, almost 20% emails would be opening. CTR is click-through rate. It's a click-through rate means the email is opened and whatever the message you conveyed in the mail, the person would be clicking on the email. That is click-through rate. This is 9.5%, and the conversion rate is very, very less. That is 1.1%. If you are like just bombarding the emails. For example, life cycle messaging campaigns, for example, this awareness campaign we are running it. So it's again 2.3% conversion rate. We have it. For example, it is a triggered content. For example, I am planning for some QAs, or for example, this is the event which I have planned for. So it is a triggered campaign which we ran. So there's a chances of 20% emails would be opening, out of which 2.3 is the conversion ratio. And most importantly, if I would be planning a type of content, I would be planning everything as per the designed way, then there's this highest chances of opening an email, that is 33%, and there's a conversion rate is 3.9%. That is very, very good conversion rate of emails. We never ever get a more than 4% conversion rate. We never get in email campaigns. So that is the tragedy, but that is true also in the email scenario. For email marketing, we have various tools, uh, like we have MailChimp, we have Hover, we have Sendinblue, we have there are a lot of tools. These tools are free of cost. These tools are paid also, but in generally we generally use a MailChimp in mostly widely used. But before it, there's one tool also for sending bulk mailing with customization that can be a into the Google Sheets also. So I would be showing that what you would have to do, just open a open Google Sheet mail merge. There's a first option of developers.google.com. So it will be asking create a mail merge with Gmail and Google Sheet. Just click here. You would be getting a script. Basically, this is a coding part, but we are not covering a coding part. It is already coded by Google only. Just have to click on make a copy. Okay, wow. Now your sheet is ready to send. You can see this by default, there's some points are already mentioned. So it's not worry. We have to change it as per our requirement. For example, I want to send a name, phone number, email ID. So definitely is going to be there. And I'm going to put, okay, I don't want anything else then, apart from that for email campaign of mine. So I would be deleting these columns. So this is very simple and good to go. Okay, so you can see that I have name, phone number, mail ID, and email sent option is by default is there. So this is nothing, you need not to worry about it. So first I would be taking some sample data so that I can show you how I have to send it. I have make some sample data of it. Okay, so I have these emails also with me. So I don't have phone numbers, no worries. I would be leaving the phone number column blank, names, email IDs. Okay, wonderful. So I have done it. Now, what I have to do, I come back to my Gmail account. I would be composing an email. So I would be composing, I have already composed a mail called thanks mail. Okay. So, so I would be putting mails to all these person for thanking me for the guest speaker, right? Thanks for inviting me as guest. Okay, what I has to do, whatever that's going to be changed, it's the name which is going to be changed with every mail. So I have to just double column name, column closed, comma. That's it. I would be copying the subject line, go back to my sheet, click on mail merge. It would be asking for the authentication. I would be allowing that. So it is, don't worry, because this is a Gmail app only. So need not to worry about it. Just allow. So it is already authorized. Now again, click on mail merge sent mail. It is asking for the title or subject line. I'm just putting a subject line. I would be putting OK. It would be running the script. So whatever the script is there in the coding part, so that script is already running right now. And if I come to my Gmail and go to sent mails, for example, sent. So you can see that there is already mail is going on, right? The mail is going on to the person, hi, so and so person, right? And we are done with the emails. So all the emails has been sent already and with the personalized message. Hope this is clear. We have sent the mails in just 4 minutes, and this is with the personalized name also, right? Hope this is clear to everyone. Great. Okay, now moving to the tool that is called a MailChimp. That is another tool of mail marketing, because we have a limitation with this tool, which I have shown you, mail merge. In mail merge, we can send not more than 400 or 500 mails in a day. Even though if we send the mails more than 500, it would not be sending the mails again. Second thing, it's not advisable to send more than 100 or 200 mails from your personal mail ID in a day. So the third thing, we cannot measure the results in these mails, how many mails has been opened, how many mails has not been opened. We cannot measure it in this type of mails. So that's why the tools will come in the picture. MailChimp, for example, today I'm talking about MailChimp. So it's very easy to make an account on MailChimp. It's very, very easy. You just have to do a sign up. You can use your email ID. For example, I'm using the same email ID, which is opened. I just want to have a username as contact Atul Garg, if it is available. I'm just putting my password. Okay, I don't want to receive promotional mail. नहीं चाहिए मुझे. Okay, so they have sent me the activation link. So I would be checking my mail again, and so that I can activate my account of MailChimp. Yeah, activation is in my mailbox. So I would be putting activate account. So I'm not robot. I would be clicking that human verification. Okay. Wow. So it's ready to use. So currently I'm using a free plan. I'm not going to be a paid plan. So there's a lot of paid plans also. But right now I'm going with the free plan. Free plans allows me to the 2000 contacts in a month. It allows me to send the 10,000 emails in a month for the 2000 persons. That's it. So no worries, because anyways I'm going to be a use free account, which I mentioned, 2000 connects and 10,000 emails in a month. That's it. So it would be asking about a lot of information. I would be putting the basic information. What am I having it? Business name is, for example, SEMS. It is optional, so I'm not putting it. It's also optional. I'm not putting it. Continue. So it is an address line. It is asking. So I would be putting a address line like this. Since 2 is optional, so I'm not putting it. Continue. Yes, I have a contact. If you have a list, so अभी के लिए, for example, I would be putting I don't have any contact. Do you want to sell product or service online? So I would be putting both. I don't have any website, so I would be skipping for the time being. So I would be using I would be continuing simply. Okay, this is the interface for my MailChimp account. So you can see, I can send the mails, I can start automation, I can create a website, I can formulate first of all the audience, I can add the contact. Okay, how to add a contact? That is first thing which I would be showing you. Add a contact, simple. So if I have already filed, so I can upload the CSV file or text file, or I can copy paste. So what I will be copy pasting. So they are looking email ID, first name, last name. This is the way they are having it. So what I have to do, the email ID is there, but this is a full name. This is not a first name and last name. So I can do one thing also. First name, last name. Okay. Into the data column, and what I do, I just click the name. I would be putting a delimiter to separate this. I would be putting through space, the delimiter would through the space, and put the next, the destination place which I have to post. So this would be a destination one. Then next or finish. So you can see immediately, wow. So I've converted Akshita to the first name and last name, Akshita Garg, right? Same way, I would be doing that thing to everyone, right? So what I do, I will be selecting all, text to column, delimiter, space, and destination I would be selecting. So this is my destination and finish. So since Khushbu and there's a three separation, so I would be putting in first and last name simply. That's it. So you guys, I'm ready with the things now. What I do, I just copy and paste, simple, go back, copy and paste, and now continue to organize. Okay, so we can put a tag. Tag is basically a you are putting organizing your contacts by the name of that tag. So I'm putting those tags into subscribe. That is okay. Good to go. Okay. I'm not putting any custom tag, so that's okay. Tag is basically your list name. That's it. Okay, so it has been completed. It showed me a 14 contacts has been came to my list right now. So you can see there's a lot of information also I can add. The first name has not been tag came because the tag is not there. First name, last name, address, phone number, birth, tags, email, marketing, everything I can add also. Later also edit the segment, anything I can do. So this is the making of a audience part. Now it's very important is the campaign part. So campaign part is basically it's a running a campaigns. So when I would be running a campaign, so simply I would be starting a campaign and making it as per my requirement. Which type of requirement I want to make for the campaign. Okay. So from is same the mail ID, subject, thanks for joining us. या subject को जो मुझे जो भी subject रखना है अपनी email ID का, I want to keep the subject. Okay. उसके बाद then once the subject is done, I would be coming back to the edit design. So I would be designing my campaign, and this campaign would be designed with the unsubscribe button. This campaign would be designed in the lot of things. I would be designing one campaign so that you guys will be able to understand it. Okay, so I would be edit design. Okay, this is already, some layouts are already available there, which you can use. For example, I can use a one column with full. Change template. So since I'm just discussing a basic, I'm not coming in each and every part of the email campaign right now, but there's a lot of things in the MailChimp itself. MailChimp itself required a lot of time to describe. But again, time will not permit me that thing. So I would be covering a basic of it. So this is how I can design it. So first of all, as you can see, first thing is view this mail in the browser. So this is the by default setting which comes in whenever we are sending a mails and promotional mails. You can open, sometimes it is having a images or something like this. So it will not be coming in your phone. So you can click there and see in the browser also. So this is by default. Then you can change the logo. You can change the logo, clicking edit block. You can design your email, whatever the content you want to keep in the email. If you want to add a image after this, you can add the image after this. So I would be just pick and drop of blog. So you can see I would be adding an image also. In this blog, it is the social media handles. In this blog, I would be that is a footer of an email. I would be putting a copyright, our email address, or also unsubscribe form would be there. So this is very mandate for any email marketing, because if unsubscribe form is not there, somebody don't want to see mails from your end, then they would be looking for this unsubscribe button. So this is very important. For example, I will be showing some mails in my mailbox. For example, this MailChimp. MailChimp has sent me the mail. So you guys can see the logo is there of MailChimp. They have detailed like, oh, this is the message, or this is the mail. This is the action button which has been quoted. And this is called a footer of the email. So terms, condition, privacy policy, because this is not an email marketing, this is the informative message. So they don't have put a unsubscribe button to it, right? Or I can show you, for example, this is the IND weekly, this is the email marketing. So immediately email marketing ke nearby, I have the unsubscribe button. I don't want to receive, I can put it on unsubscribe. Even though in the footer also I have the unsubscribe button, because this is a marketing email. This is not something informative email to me, right? So with this all, I can save, I can start sending very easily. I can run the campaign. And once I would be trying to send the email, once the emails would be sent, I can check their reports also, how many emails has been sent, how many emails has been delivered, how many, what is the status of the report. I can check each one of them. So that is the idea of today. And this is the email marketing, which is very good. There's a lot of tools apart from that. We have a lot of email checkers tool. We have a lot of email improver tools also, but since I don't have that much time to cover all the things, so I would be stopping here myself, and I'm open for the questions right now. So if you guys have any questions, I know it's a too long session, but again, I'm open for the questions.
So the first question is, which is the positive effect of email etiquette at work?
Anyways, whatever we are discussing here, that is totally related to work only. That is totally related to corporate culture only. And emails are mostly used in the corporate scenarios only. So the most challenging part with the students are like this only. Whenever they are going from the college to the corporate, whenever they are moving to the corporate, so the first and most biggest enemy they face, that is called an email. And when they are asked to write an email, they don't have that etiquette's idea how to write a proper emails. So if you're writing your proper emails, that emails are very good to go, very emails are very properly going. So then what happens, the management is also acknowledging it also. Along with that, if your emails etiquettes are very good, you will be getting a chance of promotions also, you will be getting a chance of appreciations also. Why? Because now your email etiquettes are very good, then you have a chance of getting promoted and dealing with the clients also. So that is the reason it's very important for the work.
And the other question is, How long should the text body of the email be in terms of words, number of words?
Okay, so the text body should not be measured in the number of words, I would say. I would be saying it like this, ki, it should be in one go. Matlab the text body should be visible in one go. Whenever somebody is opening an email over the laptop or over the computer, so it should be visible in one go. So accordingly, you can draft a mail. So there's no standard formulate ki there should be a minimum words of this much or there's minimum maximum words of this much. There's no standard format for it. But yes, it is always said a best practice. If your email is should be answered or an email should be visible, text body should be visible within the screen size of the laptop or desktop.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And we have another question like, how can we check our email etiquette? Like, we have written it perfectly or not?
Okay, so what I say, there's some standard rules. I said 23 rules. So if you are following all these rules or you are perfectly doing it, so with slow time, definitely you would be writing a good mails and you are following all the email etiquettes thumb rules. I would say that way.
Why some emails are stored in spam?
Okay, again, the setting of spam is basically totally depend on your mail service provider. It may be a Gmail, it may be Outlook, it may be a Microsoft, it may be Yahoo, it may be Rediff. So whosoever the mail service provider, the settings are totally different on them. But generally, what happens if you are doing a mass mailing or bulk mailing, then generally your emails goes to the spam. First of all, they consider as a spam. Second thing, if your subject line are not appropriate, then these things are going to be spam. Third thing, if your attachments, you're putting mass mailing or you're putting attachments over there, so generally, email providers consider them as a spam. Okay, so there is a one good method also. You can check a email score. So that will also tell you whether your mail is written correctly. What is the score of your email? So if you check that with a regular perspective, then it would be helpful also.
Yes, sir. And
Anything else?
another one message like, hi, if I may ask regarding tones in constructing an email, how can it be like we are demanding something from a person who did not meet the deadline of the project?
Okay, the person is not met the deadline of the project. Okay, no problem. So you would be simply, I have given an example. I want to know why. So this is what you are actually asking for. So I was wondering about the deadline of the project. When we will to be able to complete the project because this is a high time to be done by the client also. So it is some way of writing an email, right? It's again with practice comes in. It is not like that you would be start writing in one go. Again, I would be giving a very simple answer to it. You would be, whenever you are writing any email, just first write whatever thoughts come in your mind and then read it again. Whenever you are reading again, you will be improvising your pronunciation, your content, your grammars every time. So that's the idea. Always before sending the mail, you should read and read mail at least twice. That is the idea.
Okay, sir. And another question, is there any specific font?
So there's always said either Calibri is okay because good to go. Arial is good to go. You can use any font of these. These are my personal fonts. Otherwise, there's no specific font, but these are considered as a formal email writing fonts. Serif, Arial, or Calibri. Anything you can use it. Or if I would be talking about the size of the email font, so font size should be 11 or 12, not more than that, because more than that it would look annoying also.
Another question, should the salutation be used with every mail, even if you have been going back and forth with the individual?
Yeah. So in formal mails, that is always preferred. The salutation should be always there. If, for example, the person is very familiar to you, he's your colleague, so you can mention hi, so and so person, or hello, you so and so person, rather than mentioning dear, Mister, and so person. So you can be a little bit informal, but not you have to be writing a email salutation always whenever you're writing an email. So salutation and your name, closing, is always there in the email, whether it's a one-line email or whether it's a replying back also. Yeah.
Next question. How can I show my email is legitimate when I advertise my business?
Okay. So whenever you're making your email ID or whenever you're putting your email informations, so all the information should be properly done. Your logo of business should be there properly. And second thing is that the signature. That signature is very important whenever you're doing for the business. And most important thing, your business mail ID should not be used for the promotion purpose. The business mail ID should be writing for the emails. There should be less images, more of content. Then emails would be very good.
Yes, sir. And there are two similar questions like asking for example of a undergraduate student with no experience applying for a job or an internship.
Sorry, I didn't get it.
Uh, they're asking for help regarding an example to queue of an email for an undergraduate student or an non-experienced like fresher for applying for jobs or internships.
Okay, so the person is basically looking for how to write an email for the internships or with the fresher one, right? So see, in the last question which I have shared with you guys, so that question is basically for the fresher candidate who is looking for the opportunity, and that opportunity may be internship, maybe job, whatever the type of opportunity. That is the same format you guys should be can be used for writing emails to internship opportunities. The same format can be gone because the first there will be three sections in it. The first is introduction of yours, even though you are not having a experience, but again you must have, whenever there is a fresher candidate, so the candidate must be showing it like whatever the course you have done, what is the best skill you have learned during that course. You can describe about it, how that skill is very much fitted with the organization internship. For example, you are coming for the HR. So for HR role, if you have done a BBA, and so since you are a management student, you can always say, I am a management student. I have a capability of leading very good in a conversation with the people. I have a very good people management skills. So this is all you can mention during your mails, and rest is the next closing remark, and then your mail would be done. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And another question, like, why is it the mails are marked as spam, though they are legit mails?
Okay. Again, as I already mentioned it earlier, also the mail marking is basically by rules set by the different email providers. So email providers may be from the Outlook, maybe Gmail, maybe Rediff, maybe Yahoo, whosoever the email provider. So that email provider, whatever the rules they are setting up for the email, identify the emails as a spam. So they are putting it into the spam. But there are some common things which we should be avoided. That is first, mass mailing from the email ID. That from the email ID, for example, if my mail ID is the personal mail ID, so personal mail ID has a limit of Gmail ID. Personally, they have a limit of 500 emails in a day to receive and send both. So they have a limitation of 500, and if I'm sending a mass mailing of 400 emails, then it would be considered as spam, to be very honest. No question asked, very clearly. Second thing, even though if I have to send the multiple mails to same mail to the multiple persons, then what I can do, I can be sending a 50-50 branch. So for example, I would be sending in one mail in BCC, I would be have a 50 list only, not all 400 lists. So that is the idea of sending it, so that the robots of that email spammer will not be taking your emails as the spamming one. That is one thing. Second thing, never put a emojis, never put a no, something, a lot of images in your email. That is also you should take care about that. Third thing is also your email should be very professional, very clear, to the point also, so that it should be going to the right person. And most important is one, we should not do email marketing basically. Okay, so email marketing doesn't mean that like we would be doing a email, I have purchased some data from somebody else and I'm doing a mass mailing to them. It should not be like this. Email writing is basically for the target audience. For example, let me give you example. Once we had sent you the information, this is the event, today's event is going on, so you have registered with us. So there was a form was given where you have registered yourself, your email ID was given by you guys, and then definitely your information for the meeting, information for today's event has been sent to you through the email only. So you are very targeted audience, so you never put our emails into the spamming one. Because what happens, there's a lot of annoying emails, lot of unfortunate not required emails, we used to put them into spamming one. Then only our mailbox would be putting each mails to the spamming also. So that is the second thing. How I can remove it? So the simple answer is, for it, once you are like improving the quality of the emails, the spamming would be reduced. Second thing, you would be also sending mails to the correct persons, or so that they will not spam it, the quality will be improving it. Third thing is, if for example I'm sending a mail to Rajesh and Rajesh put it to the spam, so but it was by mistake, so I can request Rajesh, Rajesh please you can unspam the mail. So once the people start unspamming the mails, so your mailbox provider will understand it and they would be putting into the correct mail folders. So that's the idea. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And the final question, like I once tried to mail a large file before and I got an error message back saying that the file is too large. How can we email a large file?
Okay, there's actually limitations with sending emails. So in Gmail, basically, I would be talking. So there's a limitation of 25 MB. I cannot send a more than 25 MB any file to email attachment. If I want to send a higher than that, so I have to upload in the Google Drive and send the link to the person. So that's the idea of sending it. If it is an Outlook, then the size would be a 12 MB or 15 MB. So I cannot send more than that. If I would be sending that more than that, then again I have to upload in some domain of again the Google Drive or OneDrive anywhere, and then your mail would be going to the person. So larger file, there's a limitations of attachment. So in Gmail, it is a higher, that is a 25 MB. So in more than 25 MB, Gmail will not also accept as attachment. They will ask you to put it into the Google Drive only.
Question is, in case email score is low, how to improve email score? Is there any software available?
Okay, I would not say there's any software you have to do a little bit of manually, but they will be letting you know why your score is coming low. So what you have to check down, you have to change the words, you have to retransform the word, you have to retransform the sentences. That is the idea. Apart from that, I would be telling you one more tool which is very interesting. You can use a Grammarly. You must have heard the name of Grammarly. Apart from that, you can use a Quillboard. There's a software called Quillboard basically. So this is a paraphrasing tool. Whenever you are writing any email text, so you can make it formal and just change to the words. So it will be also retransforming your sentences in the different formal way. So maybe that may be helpful of stopping or your score would be in some better sense. So you can use Quillboard, you can use Grammarly for rephrasing, reparaphrasing of your sentences also.
Is there any way to delete thousands of emails in Gmail at a time? Otherwise,
Yeah,
there is a limit of
definitely.
50.
Definitely. So, for example, this is a promotional mail which are coming up, and I can see whenever I click on select all, so it will be asking me, I have selected 50 mails, but this is saying there's a 291 conversation in promotions. So yes, I would be saying select all. And once 291 would be selected, I would be deleting it. Simple. So all 291 would be deleted immediately.
And another question, is using font color and text highlighter good in formal email?
Yeah, you can use it, but don't use much of colors, much of editors, because that will be also annoying the emails. The email should be using either bold, or if you want to differentiate between some things, so use a bold or underline. This is or italic, bold, underline. These are the three majorly used tools which can use. But I would not recommend officially to use a lot of colors in the formal mails.
So thank you, sir. Thank you for this informative session. And thank you so much for spending your valuable time with us. We got a lot to know about email etiquettes and marketing. So thank you all for being here with us.
Thank you, Rajesh. Thanks all for a wonderful audience. And it was really wonderful of interacting to you guys.